So in our reference scripture for today, I just want us to quickly look at John. It's going to be looking at the book of John. It's going to be book of John 11, verse 1. So we're just going to be reading it together. So let's start from verse 1. So it says, a man named Lazarus was sick, lived in Bethany, and with his sisters Martha and Mary. This is the Mary who later poured the expensive perfume on the Lord's feet and wiped them. The brother Lazarus was very sick. So the two sisters sent a message to Jesus telling him that the Lord, your dear friend, is very sick. So Lazarus was Jesus' friend. But when Jesus heard about this, he said, Lazarus' sickness will not end in death. Lazarus' sickness will not end in death. It happened so the glory of God. The glory of God is so it happened for the glory of God, so that the Son of Man will receive glory from this. This is one of the messages that we spoke about in the previous, that some of those things happened so that God can show up. We speak about that in our previous message. And so although Jesus loved Martha, Mary, and Lazarus, he stayed where he was for the next 2 days. Finally, he said to his disciples, let's go back to Judea. But his disciples objected to drag it. They said, only a few days ago, the people in Judea were trying to stone you. Are you going there again? Hope you are still there. And then let's go to verse 9 together. And then Jesus replied, there are 12 hours of the day, every day. During the day, people can walk safely. They can see because they have the light of this world. But at night, there is danger of stumbling because they have no light. Then he said, our friend Lazarus has fallen asleep, but I'll go what and wake him up. That's I'll go, and we listen to verse 11. Let's go to verse 12. The disciples said, Lord, if he is sleeping, he will soon get better. They thought Jesus meant Lazarus was simply sleeping, but Jesus meant Lazarus is dead. So he told them plainly, Lazarus is dead, and for your sake, I'm glad I wasn't there. For now, you really believe. Come, let's go see him. Thomas, that's verse 16. Thomas, nicknamed the twin, said to his fellow disciple, let's go to and die with Jesus. Okay, let's go to verse 14. When Jesus arrived in Bethany, he was told that Lazarus has already been in his grave for how many days? For 4 days. That's one thing I want you to note. He's told that Lazarus has already been dead for how many days? For 4 days. I want you to mark that. One. So that we're going to talk about that. And it was only a few miles down the road from Jerusalem, and many of the people had come to console Martha, Mary in their loss. When Martha got the word that she went to him, but Mary stayed in the house. So let's go to verse 21. Mother said, if you had been there, would not have died. That's in verse 21. Let's go to verse 22. Let's go to verse 22. But even now, I know God will give you whatever you ask. Jesus told them, your brother will rise again. Jesus telling him. Yes, Martha said, he will rise when everyone else rise at the last day. Jesus told her, I am the resurrection and life. Jesus is the resurrection and life. And lives in me will live even after dying. Everyone who lives in me and believes in me will never die. Do you believe? The Lord she told him, I have always believed you as you are the Messiah, the Son of God, who has word from God. Then she turned to Mary. She called Mary aside from the mourners and told them, "Teacher is here and want to see you." Immediately went to him. That was verse 29. So let's continue. Jesus stayed outside the village in the place where Martha had met him. When the people were at the house consoling Mary, saw her leave, so hardly assumed that she was going to Lazarus' grave to weep. So they followed her. Then let's go to verse 32. When Mary arrived and saw Jesus, she fell at his feet and said, "Lord, only if you had been here, my brother would have been alive." Let's go to verse 32. Let's go to 33. When Jesus saw her weeping and saw other disciples wailing at her, deep anger welled up with him, and he was deeply troubled. Then Jesus asked, "Where have you put him?" They told him, "Lord, come see." Jesus wept, and who were standing nearby said, "See how much this man healed a blind man." This man healed a blind man. He kept Lazarus from dying. These are kind of things that you encounter. People have doubts, right? People have doubts. People will question. Jesus still, let's go to verse 3. Jesus was still angry as arrived at the tomb cave with a stone rolled across its entrance. Then Jesus said to them, "Roll the stone aside," Jesus told them. But Martha, the dead man's sister, protested, "Lord, he has been 4 days. The smell was terrible." There are times where people are going to be giving up. Like I said, you show that even when there's someone who they already given up on you. They said the smell is terrible. Jesus responded, "Didn't I tell you that you would see the glory of God if you believe?" Let's go to verse 1. So they rolled the stone aside. Then Jesus looked up to heaven and said, "Father, thank you for hearing me. You always hear me, but I said it loud for the sake of all these people standing here, so that they will believe you sent me." Jesus shouted, "Lazarus, come out." And the man came out. And the man came out. Jesus shouted, "Come out." And the man came out. His hands and his feet bound in grave clothes, his face red in the head clothes. Jesus told them, "Unwrap him and let him go." In Jesus' mighty name.